Hi, my name is David Barter. I'm the practice manager here at GreenPages for the Microsoft Technologies practice. And what we're here to talk about today is the end of life for SQL Server 2005. April 12th of 2016, that product goes much the way that Windows XP just did, which is end of life, end of support, no update. And as a product that gets adopted in what I would say generational, you have lots of folks that went from SQL Server 2000 to 2005. They made that jump. They didn't stick in between. Now they have the opportunity to go to SQL Server 2014. But really what Microsoft and what we're talking about today is the move to 2016. And understanding that if you don't move off of SQL Server 2005, think of the critical data that you have that exists in your environment that runs on SQL Server. If it breaks because you have a maintenance program that isn't operating properly, or a bad bit of data, which happens frequently in a SQL environment, gets into the database and it causes issues, you don't have the ability to call Microsoft without a very expensive support contract, talking a six-figure support contract often, to go in and actually fix the problem, have Microsoft fix the problem. And even if you come to GreenPages with our smart folks, our SQL guys and our SQL partners, we are limited to what we know. We can't go to Microsoft and say, hey, can you fix this for you? So what we want you to do is we want you to start to look at the workloads that you have in SQL, understand what that impact is going to be if you were to stay. You've got plenty of time. We've got a good solid 8-9 months here to make that change happen and get you on a platform. Maybe it's SQL Server 2014. Maybe you're not ready for 2016, but to get you to a platform that makes sense, that's supported, that we can support, that Microsoft can support, and is stable for your environment. The way we go about this is we take a look at the workloads, and we say, okay, you've got this application, Salesforce, SAP, it could be Dynamics, it could be SharePoint, it could be, you name it, it could be that SQL workload that you've got. Understand what that is. We look at that application, see what its latest supported version is, and we come back with a set of recommendations. You need to have it on this environment with this kind of processing capability, with this kind of support capability, and here's the path of migration. And is it a migration or is it a complete data move? Is it a net new build and we just move data, or can we actually do an upgrade? Oftentimes in the SQL world, we don't recommend that update to the base core, to the core of it. What we say is, we want you need to build net new and we're going to migrate the data. One of the things to look forward to in SQL Server 2016 is this implementation of what's known as containers. So today, when you look at normal SQL table structure with key records and how that all plays together, it's really at the end of the day a very smart, very lively structure of data. But it really doesn't fall into what the world has moved into, Oracle has been doing for years, which is this container-based, which completely can isolate or not the data, but gives it more structure and gives it easier to work with. SharePoint is moving in that direction to use containers. CRM, Dynamics, all those products are, but they need to get the SQL structure there first so that they're talking the same language. So that's one of the biggest changes, and oftentimes that means that we have to spend time looking at the data, looking at the application, custom written application. How is it making the SQL calls? How are the ODBC connections being made? How are they going to talk? How is that going to translate over into the 2016 container world? So that's usually the path we go down for that. And again, depending upon the size, could depend upon the resource that goes and does it.